Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Professor Jane Nana Opoku-Agyeman, the Right Honorable Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Alban S.K. Bagbin, the Acting Chief Justice, Justice Paul Bafuponi, and Justices of the Supreme Court and members of the Judiciary, Your Excellency, the former President of the Republic of Ghana, John Agyekum Kufuor, Your Excellency, the former Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the Chief of Staff, Minister of State, senior government officials, the National Chairman, General Secretary, and members of the National Democratic Congress, members of the Council of State, members of the clergy, both Christian and Muslim, traditional leaders, heads of security services, members of the diplomatic corps, heads of international organizations and agencies, families of our gallant fallen heroes, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen, the good people of Ghana. We gather tonight under a cloud of shared grief, our hearts heavy with the profound sorrow that has gripped our nation. The news of the helicopter crash at Kofi, which tragically claimed the lives of 8 of our beloved citizens, all of whom were proudly serving our great nation, has shattered us to the core. Our nation is indeed in deep mourning. In my official capacity as President of the Republic of Ghana, I wish to extend the sincerest condolences of our nation to the bereaved families, the spouses and children who have lost pillars in their lives, the parents, the siblings grappling with the unimaginable pain, and the countless friends, colleagues, and community members who cherish these dedicated individuals. I pray that the cherished memories of these our loved ones will serve as a guiding light, illuminating a path towards through the darkness and devastation of this national tragedy. But I'm not addressing you today solely in my capacity as President. I stand before you tonight, additionally, and quite humbly, as a person who is also personally grieving the departed. But I'm not interested in addressing you today solely, each of the 8 individuals on that helicopter was either a friend, a cherished colleague, or a valued citizen of this country that I lead. Indeed, some of them were like close family, like brothers, and so I feel their loss quite deeply. It pains me to think of them reduced today merely to names written and repeated again and again in news reports both here and abroad. There were only a few days ago vibrant lives, each dedicated to a singular cause, the betterment of our country. I want to honor those lives that were lived in full with unwavering passion and a commitment right up until they took their final breaths. Remember Flight Officer Chumampedu, Squadron Leader Peter Anala, Sergeant Ernest Ado Mensah, Samuel Abuaje, former NDC parliamentary candidate for Boise East and Deputy Coordinator for National Disaster Management Organization, Samuel Sapon, National Vice Chairman of the National Democratic Congress, Alhaji Limuna Muniru Mohammed, Acting Deputy National Security Coordinator, Dr. Ibrahim Murtala Ibrahim Mohammed, MP for Tamale Central, and Minister for Environment, Science and Technology, and my friend and confidant, advisor, Dr. Edward Kofi Omane Buama, serving as our Minister for Defense. What compounds our collective grief and shock as a nation the sudden, unpredictable, and violent nature of their passing. Culturally, we become used to preparing for the loss of loved ones, even in brief illnesses. Yet in this increasingly complex and fast-moving world, we're sometimes faced with such sudden bereavement, forcing us to confront how fragile and how fleeting life really is. Here today, gone tomorrow. Recently, in a similar tragic accident, a few days before, we lost 15 of our young citizens, members of a church singing band who had gone to perform at a youth program of their church. Similarly, on that occasion, I expressed my condolences to the bereaved family and placed a personal call to Openyin Abraham, who is the head of the Savior Church in Ghana, to whom these young people belonged. It is at times like this, however, that the true spirit of us as Ghanaians reveal itself. We showcase the profound compassion that we have, our inherent decency, our indomitable resilience, and our deep-seated unity that have come to define our nation, Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, we come together tonight not solely as a nation divided by regions, ethnic groups, or political parties, but as a nation of brothers and sisters, held together by the fundamental understanding that we are indeed each other's keepers. Each one of us stands at the center of a vast network of people that extends beyond any single region or ethnic group. That was precisely the case with our 8 brothers we have just lost. Combined, I'm certain that the communities that they touch span the entire width and breadth of this nation, creating an interconnected tapestry of human relations. We're truly one seamless, unified family, and therefore we must not only mourn as one, but commit to healing as one. Their ultimate sacrifice, though painful beyond measure, serves as a powerful reminder of the profound work that remains to be done for Ghana. We know with absolute certainty that they will not want us to be paralyzed by grief. Indeed, they will be the first to urge us to pick up the mantle, to channel our sorrow into renewed determination to get the work done. This is precisely the spirit behind Resetting Ghana agenda. A comprehensive call to reevaluate, to rebuild, and to reignite our collective ambition for a stronger, more prosperous nation. It demands courage, innovation, and an unwavering belief in our shared destiny. Let us therefore transform this profound sorrow into a catalyst for action. Let us honor their memories not just with tears, but with renewed dedication to the very ideals that they lived and died for. Let us recommit ourselves to working tirelessly, transcending our differences and focusing our energies on the monumental task of nation building. They served Ghana with their last breath, and it is our sacred duty to continue that service, to build the Ghana they wanted, a Ghana of opportunity, justice, and prosperity for all our citizens. Ladies and gentlemen, today marks the end of the 3 days of mourning that was declared for our fallen colleagues. We move from grieving to accepting our loss. Consultations with families will determine the burial dates of the remaining colleagues. This is the enduring legacy they would expect, the progress they would demand. In closing, I would like to leave you with the poignant words of another native son of ours, one who served this country well, and who was also taken from us suddenly and in an equally violent and shocking manner. And the brief poem is titled, The Journey Beyond. And this son of ours is Professor Kofi Awuno, who was a former member of the Council of State. And I quote, he says, the howling cry through the doorpost, carrying boiling pots, ready for the feast. Kusiami, the benevolent boatman, when I come to the river shore, please ferry me across. I do not have tied in my cloth the price of your stewardship, unquote. I'm certain countrymen and women that at the end of their passage, our aid comrades will be met and welcomed on the other shore of the river by Professor Kofi Awuno, who wrote that poem. His Excellency Professor John Evans Heward-Mills, Madame Theodosia Salome Oko, His Excellency Jerry John Rawlings, Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, and all the other past great sons and daughters of our dear nation, Ghana. May the souls of our comrades and colleagues rest in perfect peace. May God bless their families and all who knew and loved them. And may God continue to bless our beloved homeland, Ghana. I thank you.
Tragic passing of 5 towering stalwarts of the National Democratic Congress struck like lightning from a clear sky, shaking both the NDC and the nation at large. News of their death was met initially with disbelief, but then sunk in and has left very deep grief in the hearts of the NDC. Even after confirmation, the reality remains very difficult to accept. Why must the good, the selfless, and the brave depart so soon? The answer remains elusive. Dr. Edward Omani-Boamah, until his passing, was in charge of the NDC Electoral Directorate. And his contribution was enormous. He was the very heart of everything that we did as far as the day-to-day electoral activity of the party was concerned. May his memory be a blessing. Dr. Ibrahim Murtala, from his time as Secretary General of the All African Student Union, through Parliament to becoming First Deputy Minister, an MP, first in Nanton in 2012, and now Tamale Central, remains a true comrade, a man who loves to go by the title Comrade Murtala, which reflected his deep belief in solidarity and collective struggle. Dr. Samuel Sapa, the stalwart of our party in the Ashanti region, forged through the PNDC era, and as a former police officer, that discipline, punctuality, reliability, and sense of duty stayed with him throughout until his untimely demise. He was a dependable servant of the party, a man who truly embodied service above all. Alhaji Muhammad Muniru Limona, a devout Muslim, philanthropist, seasoned public servant, a deep and strong member of our party. We want to remember his memory as well and pray that his memory remains a blessing. Honorable Samuel Abwaji Kweku Edu, who rose to contest the Obuasi's East parliamentary seats, both in the 2020 and 2024 election, and subsequently was appointed by President Mahama to become the Deputy Director General of NADO, where he served with energy until his untimely passing. May his memory be a blessing as well. These 5 men embodied the very lifeblood of our party, each unique yet united by their commitment to our party's ideals. They shone brightly in the public eye and worked diligently to ensure that NDC is where we are today. In that final moment, the journey that took them was the journey that centered around gold. How gold has become, instead of a blessing that it was meant to be for our country, it has become a means by which poison is affecting our country's waters, forests, lands, which is the very degeneration that has happened to our country. Their lives have been lost in an effort to ensure that gold again became a true blessing for our country. What we can do in order to honor their memory is to ensure that this battle is waged until gold again become a true essence of this beautiful nation. Gold become the true embodiment of what this nation was meant to become. A true golden nation that is supposed to inspire not just the West African region, Africa and beyond. May the Almighty grant them eternal rest. May their memories remain a light for all who labor in the vineyard of our great party. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy shall come in the morning. Killers may go, killers may come, but the fire of the revolution shall abide. Thank you.
We will now take a reflection from Her Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana. Let's welcome Professor Nana J. Opoku Agyekum.
President of the Republic of Ghana, please allow me to stand on the protocol established and to go on to make my reflections. This is not a time for perfect words, nor a time for the right thoughts, because there are none. Many of us here have experienced our departed colleagues in different places and times, in many ways and forms, even contexts, however momentarily, however lengthy. Those experiences now crystallize into memories, those that we now hold and those that we can latch on to. But the conclusions always cuts both ways. Should we ask our colleagues who usually would have been with us at public events such as this, I believe they would have their stories too, personal, formal, intimate or otherwise, of their encounters with us, those who mourn them today. Just that we cannot hear their voices, we cannot share their narrative now, but we recognize the quality of the material they brought to the national table. which is the agenda for development. They have played their roles and admirably so. They have served their nation and humanity well. How about us? What we feel, and palpably so, is the bewilderment, the confusion, the anger, the sadness, the denial, the grief, maybe acceptance at some point. What we know now are emotions that are expressing themselves from many quarters, including grieving parents, family members, siblings, wives, children, colleagues, neighbors, friends, and many others. And many more others who never knew them, but who hurt anyway. We have a nation in mourning. What we anticipate is the demand for answers. Abiding questions may include, why is this happening? Why did this happen? Why now? Why them? What should we do? What should we know? What are the lessons? How should we learn the lessons? How should we apply them? This is definitely not a time for distasteful gloating over the misfortune, for postulation. This is not a time for apportioning blame. It is a time for sober reflection, of paying attention to detail and to facts. A time for
Hey,